WIS News 10 at 6. Live, local, now.
Well, good evening. Welcome to the News at 6, everyone. I'm Dondi Mercer-Playing.
And I'm Judy Gatson. Tonight, a WIS investigation into 2 mobile home parks in South Congaree where they found roaches, leaking wastewater, and homes falling apart this September. A complicated landlord accountability system has struggled to improve conditions for tenants. South Congaree is a small town in Lexington County, southwest of Columbia. Mobile home parks run through the heart of that community.
Our chief investigative reporter, Chris Joseph, visited 2 of those parks in recent weeks and dug into what's going on. So first off, how did we get to this point?
Several factors playing in here, Dondi. So DHEC records show the landlord for the 2 parks has a history of delayed action on needed repairs. The town really hasn't made code enforcement a priority until recently, and the tenants say they lack the resources to leave, to just move away. Now, steps are being taken to improve the situation, but serious issues remain. Now, the landlord for the park is Naomi Halter, and she did not respond to multiple requests for comment on this story.
All right. So if you can get in there, this was the first leak. This is not, I've had 2 leaks since I've been here.
Okay.
Or everything that's falling out, everything is falling out from under the mobile home.
On September 23rd, a woman who asked to be called Miss Richards gave us a tour of the mobile home she's renting on Santa Circle in South Congaree. At every turn, there was a new problem.
Oh, yeah, sure enough, it's already started.
Yeah, because it's leaking from my thing. Anytime I run it, it leaks. So this is what she did. She put a piece of wood over it one time, put sand over it.
So this is your septic tank?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
This is one of the big holes. As you see this, I had this stuffed in. Look, they got the roaches that come. Now this is a hole. They're coming from outside.
Is that like rat poop?
They chewed up the wood. The rats are chewing up the wood.
She says the roaches and rats forced her to put in a playpen in her own living room.
I had to stay up at night to make sure roaches wouldn't attack my kids. So they don't sleep in their room. My little ones sleep with me. And I'm just fed up. I'm tired. I'm living a nightmare. I'm fed up. I'm tired.
One thing I think people might ask is why stay here?
Right.
If it's
Well, in the beginning, my light bill, because she has electrical issues since I came in. So in the beginning, my light bill was about $1,700 a month. So it's hard for you to pay $700 a month of light bill and pay $700 a month of rent and try to save up to move. And the money that I spent daily, like $93 a day, just to keep the roaches down, to keep the rats out. You know, I rat spray. I mean, I'm spending too much just to keep them safe to even save up to leave.
DHEC records show the agency first alerted landlord Naomi Halter about the wastewater leak back in November. After months of back and forth, the agency ordered her to fix it in May. However, yesterday, DHEC told us that Halter had met the requirements of that order. DHEC inspectors had gone to the site 3 times, once in June before our interview with Richards and twice thereafter, finding no wastewater leaks. Richards tells us that the leak continues as of Tuesday. The same week we talked with Richards, I took a short drive to Genesis Circle. Neighbors shared a similar story.
We can't, some of us cannot afford to move just like that. Like I'm saying, I'm on a fixed income.
Neighbors showed me more holes in the floor and even a burst water pipe. This video was filmed in September. DHEC reports first notifying Halter about the leak in March. The agency reported to WIS this week the situation has been corrected. The tenant won't get to enjoy the repairs. Halter evicted her in September over missing rent. An email from the Federal Rental Assistance Program, SE Stay Plus, shows it told Halter the money was coming in August, but the eviction proceeded. South Carolina's Residential Landlord and Tenant Act requires a landlord to keep the premises in a fit and habitable condition. Richards has taken Halter to court, and a magistrate ordered Halter to make repairs in June. A follow-up hearing was scheduled for earlier in October. She attempted to hold Halter accountable here at the Oak Grove Magistrate's office. The goal was to have Halter held in contempt of court. That hearing was continued. Attempts to arrange an interview with Halter and her attorney for this story were unsuccessful.
No one is in the office at the present time. Please leave a message, name, and number.
I sat down with South Congaree's chief of police, its mayor, and its part-time code enforcer. They say code enforcement has become a recent priority for the department.
Was code enforcement being done to the top tier to where it's at now? Absolutely not. Was there certain things that were addressed? It was, and those things would be on a complaint basis. Councils change, mayors change, people change, and you know, we're going to follow the lead of our leaders. And this mayor has said that she wants to clean up the town, and that's what we're going to do.
The special called council meeting will come to order.
In the last month, the town council debated and approved a 6-month contract with the company to be the town's building inspector and assist with code enforcement as requested. Town ordinances require an annual May inspection by a building official before a license permit is given, something that hadn't been happening while the town was looking to fill the position. Chief Josh Schumpert says his tools are limited because lease disputes are civil, not criminal matters.
Some of this stuff is out of our hands, so to speak, and sometimes that's sad because they call us thinking we can fix it, and we can't. We don't have authority in those courts to do anything.
That's not to say the department is powerless. Sergeant Chad Walker has cited mobile home owners across the town for ordinances he can enforce, namely unoccupied buildings or using the homes as a storage facility.
The ones that have come to court have, I think they understand now. I hope they understand because it's not going to stop.
Municipal court found Halter guilty on 11 violations of the unoccupied building ordinance. Her business licenses were revoked, and an appeal hearing will be heard by Mayor Cindy Campbell and the rest of town council. Without directly addressing Halter, the mayor discussed mobile homes in the town.
I think about human rights issues and the fact that these families have rights, and the fact that we have children that don't speak up for themselves. I mean, I'm a grandma, I know. You know, these children need somebody to fight for them.
It's unclear how the council will vote. Now, obviously, this story is going to be an ongoing one. Richards and Halter are scheduled to be in court tomorrow morning related to what we were talking about in the story. And that appeal hearing that we were talking about is going to happen next week.
So, Chris, as I watch your story, which is just shocking, and you think about avenues, opportunities for accountability for these residents, county council or council members in the city there, have you had an opportunity to talk with any of them?
Yes, I've gotten an opportunity to speak with one town council member. She appeared willing, unless there's, drastic new evidence, to, really not allow this appeal to be successful and vote against Halter. The other 3 council members declined an interview. Important to note there, 3 votes are needed, with the mayor included. So it remains to be seen maybe where that majority will fall next week.
So the licenses have been revoked, but what happens if the landowner, Halter, loses her appeal?
Yeah, so if that appeal falls through, all 4 licenses obviously not functional. That means 4 mobile home parks will no longer really be able to be operational, and everyone in those parks will be
has
within 30
residents,
days. Yeah, they're going to be evicted effectively as a result of the appeal. And the town at this point, based off my conversations, it does not appear that there is really a plan to assist those folks, if that appeal is not successful. So.
No easy answers and certainly no good options at this point, but hoping that somebody will step up to do something.
All right, Chris, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.